Now, our next is the independent group with Deputy Catherine Connolly, sharing with Deputy Marion Harkin.
And I have 3 minutes, 15 seconds. I have read all the reports. I've read the 3 reports specifically, and I've read 2 reports from the Ombudsman and a statement. And let me say at the outset that the authors of these reports should read the Ombudsman's report and learn how to write a report in clear, readable English, setting out the situation. That hasn't happened in a single report. It is absolutely disgraceful to read these reports that have set out to obfuscate, to confuse and to hide the issues, rather than setting out when did the incidents referred to or the events come to their attention, how did they come to their attention, by whom, what's the documentary trail and what happened. None of that is set out. The first review, internal, which we can't rely on at all, we're told there's not enough documentation and that the review should be used for consultation. That's the only thing raised in this report, and there's a mention of the rods but no analysis of them. That's the only thing that came out of that report. Then it was followed by a so-called independent report by the Boston team. We don't know what that cost, we don't know who the names on that were, but we do know it was directly under the direction of Children Health Ireland. No independence here whatsoever. And then that was followed by the Children Health Ireland putting their narrative on the story and analysing the 2 previous reports and adding to it with the literature. And you're asking us here today to trust this system. None of these, of course, were published proactively. They had to be forced through political pressure. Thank you to Deputy Murphy for his series of questions and persisting with it. And we're here today with a response from you that tells us your department learned in November. We know from what we do know in the reports that the incidents, two surgical incidents happened back in July to September, and then more happened in September, October, November. Were you alerted then? Was your department alerted then? And then we have a Boston expert committee telling us what should happen in the future, and an utter failure to analyse what is there. We're left reading between the lines, as the former CEO of the Health Executive told us. Read between the lines. What do we read between the lines? Utter failure to have an environment where people felt safe to complain. Can you imagine that in the 21st century, after all the reports, we must create an environment that's safe for people to complain. And in all of this then we have Children Health Ireland, the board of directors. And look at the makeup of that board of directors, Minister, and if I have a chance I'll come back to it in my questions. Led by an engineer, a former head of a university. The mixture on that is property developers, or I'll take that back, property experts, accountants and so on, with very few doctors. That's what's presiding over Children Health Ireland and the number of hospitals that are under their control. Was this discussed at board level? Did the CEO report back to board level in relation to these incidents? Where are the minutes? At least the Health Executive publishes their minutes. I'll stop on time.
Thank you.